1 Corinthians 13, Lesson 13. Here we come to an interesting interlude between Paul's discussion of spiritual gifts. Paul expounds on the most excellent way, love, before he moves back to his discussion of spiritual gifts in chapter 14. Several words in the Greek language and in the New Testament are translated as love. It is not like the English language with only one word for love. The word used in the New Testament for the God kind of love, for selfless love, is used here in chapter 13. It is the highest form of love. 1 Corinthians 13:1. If I speak with the languages of men and of angels, but don't have love, I have become a sounding brass or a clanging cymbal. No matter how you use your spiritual gifts, without the motive of love, the act is meaningless as far as the eternal aspect is concerned. It is selfless love that makes a deed count in God's sight. Without that love, whatever you do has no spiritual value. The result is as the wood, hay, and stubble of chapter 3. 1 Corinthians 13:2-3. If I have the gift of prophecy and know all mysteries and all knowledge, and if I have all faith so as to remove mountains, but don't have love, I am nothing. If I dole out all my goods to feed the poor, and if I give my body to be burned, but don't have love, it profits me nothing. Here are love's, the kind of love we should display as Christians, characteristics: patience, kindness, not envious, not boastful, not proud, not rude, not self-seeking, not easily angered, not keeping a record of wrongs. It does not delight in evil, it rejoices with the truth, it always protects, it always trusts, it always hopes, it always preserves. Love never fails. Read about the fruit of the Spirit in Galatians 5:22-23. 1 Corinthians 13:4-7. Love is patient and is kind. Love doesn't envy. Love doesn't brag, is not proud, doesn't behave itself inappropriately, doesn't seek its own way, is not provoked, takes no account of evil, doesn't rejoice in unrighteousness, but rejoices with the truth, bears all things, believes all things, hopes all things, endures all things. An interesting question. Did spiritual gifts cease at some point, or are they still in operation? 1 Corinthians 13:8-9. Love never fails, but where there are prophecies, they will be done away with. Where there are various languages, they will cease. Where there is knowledge, it will be done away with. For we know in part, and we prophesy in part. The answer depends on how you read verses 8-12. Paul speaks of perfection coming. 1 Corinthians 13:10-11. But when that which is complete has come, then that which is partial will be done away with. When I was a child, I spoke as a child, I felt as a child, I thought as a child. Now that I have become a man, I have put away childish things. Some feel Paul has in view the completion of the New Testament. To me, Paul is very clearly pointing to the second coming of the Lord Jesus. That is when I shall know fully, even as I am fully known. 1 Corinthians 13:12-13. For now we see in a mirror, dimly, but then face to face. Now I know in part, but then I will know fully, even as I was also known fully. But now faith, hope, and love remain, these three. The greatest of these is love. 1 Corinthians 13, Lesson 13, the end.